Cities Skylines 2 was set to release on October 24th, 2023, and Colossal Order, as of today, released a new statement regarding the release schedule for console players, because unfortunately, they've delayed you till spring 2024. Let me read out the statement as well, but before I get into that, they also upped the PC specs, and I'll get that into the business end of the video. So as for that statement, this is what was said. We are sharing an update with you on the upcoming launch of Cities Skylines 2. We are hard at work preparing the game for our release on October 24th. While doing so, we've realized that we need more time to release the quality targets we have set for console. As we want to provide the best experience for our players, we're updating the release window for Xbox and PlayStation 5 to spring 2024. The additional time allows us to focus on matching the quality and performance across all platforms. We'll share more updates on the console release window soon. As work on optimization continues, we're also updating the minimum and recommended PC specs. And then they've also linked an FAQ, and I'll go through those in a sec. In the meantime, we're excited to welcome PC players to build their dream cities on October 24th. As a brief overview from some of the things in the FAQ, your pre-order will be automatically refunded with no action is required on your end to trigger the refunds. As for the refund length, how long it will take for the refund to come back into your account, each platform has their own refund policy, so basically check Xbox or PlayStation refund policy. It might take a few days or a few weeks, it depends. As for physical editions, that's handled by the retailer. You may need to speak to them to get that sorted. It will also still release on Xbox Game Pass PC and on Microsoft Store. That won't change, it's just on the actual console store. As for the expansion pass, they will release the same content on console as on PC, and they will share more news about the timeline further on. And you'll still be able to get the pre-order bonus available when you pre-order later on. They will be taking the availability to pre-order on console, on the console stores down. So that's what they're going to be in the middle of doing. It might take a few hours or maybe a day or so for it to reflect on the actual store itself. As for the new specs for PC, so here are the new minimum specs. The i7 6700K or an AMD Ryzen 5 2600X with 8 gigs of RAM and an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 970, which is a 4GB card or an AMD equivalent with Windows 10. The new recommended specs is going to be an i5 12600K with an AMD Ryzen 7 5800X, 16GB of RAM, and an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080 10GB or AMD equivalent. Again, Windows 10, Windows 11. Now, I fished out the old specs, so in comparison, the old minimum for processor is an i7 4790K or an Ryzen 5 1600X with 8GB of RAM and a GTX 780, which is a 3GB card, or the Radeon RX 470. The old recommended is an i7 9700K or the Ryzen 5 5600X, 16 gigs of RAM, and the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2080 Ti, which is an 11GB card, or the Radeon RX 6800 XT, a 16GB card. So you can kind of see the differences between the old and new specs, different processors, different graphics cards. It seems like graphically a little bit less demanding. Obviously that's only if you base it on the VRAM, but I do think this might be to do with the fact that they're delaying console as well. They've adjusted the PC specs and said, wait a minute, hang on, we might need to optimize this, and there's less than a month till Cities Skylines 2 comes out. We don't think we're going to have enough time. Regardless, that's all the information that they've given us so far. Console players, I'm so sorry. You're not going to be able to play the game this year. PC players, we still have the green light for October 24th. And that is going to do it for today's video. If you found this helpful and would like to see more like this one, make sure you're subscribed. I will be posting more Cities Skylines 2 content, and I will try and update you, for you console players, if I have any new information. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.